What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay Sidequest, your bonus content here on YouTube. My name is Adam, aka CS Radical, joined as always Chris, aka Jin and Chris, and my air conditioner because it's still fucking 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, I was wearing a sleeveless shirt up until about 5 minutes ago, and I only changed because I was like, well, I know the topic of today's discussion, so I better have a appropriate shirt that relates to said topic. So,
I mean,
yeah,
what
it's
could that
boiling.
possibly be, Chris?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they can only see summer, so they're just like,
Yeah, it's
wow.
summer. Yeah, it doesn't describe anything because it is mostly on the bottom half of the shirt. And I'm not standing up. That's a lot of work. I'm not doing that.
No, that's fair. But obviously, Summer Games Done Quick has been finished. It was, what was it, like 2.4 mil or
2.4 something. It was like
Yeah.
just shy of last year's number by like 50 grand or something.
I mean,
very
given
close.
that, because I know a lot of people be like, man, it's been a while since they've hit 3, and it's like, man, hitting 2.5 these days with the way that people are being very frugal with their money nowadays is still impressive. So
Yeah, it's things are a lot more expensive now than they were when they hit 3 million.
just
Holy
a tad.
Shit. Just a tad.
Well, but we are going to talk about, since I mentioned Summer Games, so we're going to give our top 5 speed runs. So all the ones that we watched, Chris watched way more than me, so he's going to probably have a much more variety of a list potentially than I would. But we're going to give you essentially the 5 runs that you need to check out the absolute most. Now, if you have never seen one of our top 5s before, keep in mind this is a consolidated list. So we are each going to give our top 5, but we do have to group them and make them into one list. So we're going to start from the bottom up. So we'll start with our 5s, work our way up. And if we get our number 5, it's going to be given 1 point. If we go all the way up to number 1, it gets 5 points. So we will see what we have at the end here. Although, as I switch to the screen here, as I actually remember to do it this time also. Hey, look at me having a memory. So, Chris, you'll notice something strange, right? There's an emptiness next to underneath the number 1. It's almost like I kind of know what the answer is going to be. So let's just get this out of the way right now. So let's just get this out of the way.
Oh, that picture of Adolf is glorious.
right after he finished the run. So if you're wondering, well, wait, I haven't seen the Bellagio run. What happened that was that bad? Watch the run. You'll understand.
It was the most stressed out I've been watching a run ever. Oh my gosh.
So I'm correct in assuming that was both our number 1s.
That was my number 1 as well. Yeah, it was beyond like any doubt. Like, it's the best run. The way it goes and how long it goes, what they're trying to achieve, it's fantastic. Like, for obviously anybody who hasn't watched the run itself, which is in the title of it, so I won't even spoil anything for it, is you're trying to have a single hand played that basically breaks the game because the number is way too big. It's something like e to the 305, some ridiculous,
I think, if I remember correctly, it was
309. Yeah, it's some ridiculously huge number, which causes the game, instead of showing a number, it just says like NANEINF or something like that, like Nanknife or something. But you have to do it in one hand, and getting there can, I guess, sometimes be easy, but this run, like, I was on the edge of my seat
decided,
the whole time.
No, it's not.
I know, that was a lot of fun to watch. It's so much stress, but so much fun. So definitely number 1 by far.
Yeah. That's one of the ones that I watched and went, like, look, I normally don't watch, like, because Bellagio runs are just like, I know what Bellagio is, but this is one of those ones where it's just like the journey was worth the price of admission alone. So
100%. Yeah, it's all about the journey there, and also making yourself feel very inadequate with your Bellagio skills, because the luck.
I don't feel inadequate. I just don't have the amount of time to test so much stuff to figure out, you know what? Let's see how badly we can break it that way. I just want to make my pairs and be happy.
Yeah, I started going the high card route, which is how you truly do break the game. It is not easy. It is not easy to do. My goodness. Yeah. But yeah, such a great run.
Anyways,
one of the best runs in GDQ history. Like, in recent years, it's hard to even think of another run that tops that. So yeah.
Yeah, there's not much. But anyways, we got that out of the way. So we got a bunch of 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s to go with. So we'll start from the bottom up, which we honestly should have been doing more often, but we keep just not doing it. So I'm going to try to remember that.
We like to switch it up.
So I'll start with my number 5. I'm always a sucker for task runs, and Super Mario 64 this year was a really fun one to watch.
That was a really fun one.
Where I end up leaning.
Yeah. It's funny that you make that your number 5. That's my number 5.
Okay,
we're actually fully aligned on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen better task runs, but like every year that there's one, like I'm always going to say, like I still remember the Mario Kart 64 one, and it just, no, not 64, the Wii one.
Wii, yeah, it was Wii, yeah, that was a really, really good one. Some of the jumps and tricks off the edge, like no human could pull that off.
No.
Well, they can, but not. Oh yeah, it was just so good. And the Mario 64 one was so good too, because all of a sudden you're just seeing like the back jump and you're like glitching through an entire level, which would be so like frame perfect for directing Mario backwards without being able to see where you're going through the level and all that kind of stuff. It was pretty crazy stuff to see that only a task could truly pull off with such grace and perfection.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun run to watch. If anybody has never heard of what a task run is, basically a task is essentially a machine being coded to understand like frame perfect by frame perfect by frame perfect, like how to do a run as fast as possible. So, for example, we've done a task run of the original Super Mario, and we've gotten so close over how many years, like 20-ish. Well, I guess the task run hasn't been around for that long, but like over the however long the game's been out for, we're only about 100 milliseconds away from tying what's essentially the most perfect run possible. But that game takes less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This Super Mario 64 thing took over an hour. So when you think about the idea of a player having to do every single one of those frame perfect things perfectly, yeah, that's not happening. So
yeah,
that's what makes these longer task runs so much more impressive, because you can just go, look, here's how far the gap actually is on a run that takes way longer to complete.
Yeah, it was very, very, very fun to watch. And again, I felt very inadequate with my Super Mario 64 skills.
I mean, look, as long as I can finish a game, I'm happy these days.
That's true. I'm in the same boat.
Speaking of things I can't finish very well, my number 4, since we already got through our 5s, I ended up going with the pinball run, which is the total nuclear annihilation run.
That was really, really cool. I didn't put that one on my list, but I did really, really like that run. That was really cool.
Another thing I'm a sucker for is runs that are not just traditionally games. Like whenever people do like the DDR runs or whatever else, like I love stuff that does something a little bit off the beaten path now, because sure, it's great to see all these different, regular video game runs, whether it's silly games, whether it's awful games, whether it's, really heavy, really hyped games like your Elden Rings and stuff. Like they're all cool to watch. But when there's one run that's a pinball machine, you're suddenly going, oh, that's different. I want to see what's going on with that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no glitches there. There's no frame perfect.
Well, I mean, technically there are.
Yeah. Okay, fine, true. Yeah. Oh, but
also,
it's so cool.
The incentive that he had to do at the end, he had to also play the machine with one hand holding a giant spoon and the other hand holding a whisk.
That's true. I forgot about that part. Oh, God, yeah, I love GDQ. There's such cool stuff comes out of it sometimes.
Yeah. So what was your number 4 then?
So my number 4 was actually one that was run by someone we both, well, I know a little bit, but you know pretty well, was run by Asuka. It's Grandma No. It was in the silly block or awful block. I can't remember what technically it was in.
Yeah, it was silly block.
Silly block. Hilarious game, hilarious run. Just so many random things happening on screen. It's one of those ones when you're watching it, you can't help but laugh a lot. So, yeah, I had to throw that one on the list because I was actually dying
it was very funny.
Laughter. Yeah, it was a very, very, very funny run. That game is wild, and I have to pick it up. I can't lie.
It is weird as fuck, and that's exactly what I'm into.
Yeah.
But speaking of funny, my number 3 was the Super Mario Maker Troll Race that we watched together while we were in between World Cup matches when we were over at your place on the weekend.
Yes, that's actually my number 2, the Super Mario Maker troll levels. I found that one very funny, but I mean the Super Mario Maker ones, like they kind of have it every year. Some of them are just really difficult, and then the troll ones where random crap kills you for no reason is just Chef's kiss. It is so funny. It is so funny to watch because you're reacting with the actual runners who've never seen the level before, and you're reacting with the level creators who are usually sitting on the couch trolling the guys trying to get through the actual level. So, especially since this one was co-op, like, oh my goodness, like hilarious, just so funny.
It was fantastic. I mean, it's one of those things too that like when the first time you start watching and you're like, okay, I kind of get what it's going for here. And then the longer it goes, the more they're like, oh no, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting
so much
worse.
So much worse. Yeah. Every time you think you figure something out, and all of a sudden you go to the next room or you try and go in a pipe, and then a flying dead fish kills you for no reason. And you're like, wait, what do I do? Like,
all right. Well, I'm assuming this one's going to be our number 2 because I doubt that you have the same number 2 as me. But you do that so that way I can decide if I need to start doing my image searching.
All right.
So what's your number 2?
No, that one was my number 2.
Oh, sorry. What's your number 3?
That's my number mistake. 3. So I don't know if you saw this one because this is one of those old PC games that I think this might have also been in Silly Block. I actually don't remember. It's called Siberia, but it was spelled like Cyberia. Yes. That one was a very funny run because it was the all unique deaths run. So in that game, it'll be where you randomly walk into a specific room and it's like, oh, you've got to figure out like the point and click kind of adventure with a bit of shooting and stuff like that. But very 90s game, of course. You got to like picture it like that. Very cyberpunkish, takes place in 2027. But it'll be like you're staying in a room too long and you die from heat. You go to like press a button to open a door and like a giant axe swings through and just kills you. And there was something like 22 unique deaths. And the fact that the entire audience and the couch had never actually seen all of them, the entire run was just anxiety of, oh, this guy, the runner, he kept acting weird. He'd be like, oh, I think I'm just going to stand in this hallway for a bit. And it's like, oh, crap, he's probably going to end up having a very gory, graphic death. Sometimes it would, but he also was trolling the audience where he'd be like, oh, okay, this door. And then it'd be like, oh, he didn't die. Nothing happened. But it was just such a good run because he was toying with everybody. And the couch was reacting just hilariously to every death and also the anxiety of thinking a death is coming up and then never shows up.
That's very funny. All right, well, we know that's our number 4 because my number 2 is obviously going to take it by points. So mine was a run that when I saw it on the schedule, I'm like, oh, that'll be kind of neat. You know, it's a game that I liked a lot. And, you know, it just means it's a run that I get to see them run these tracks really, really fast and just kind of seeing what crazy shortcuts they end up taking. I did not expect to love the SSX Tricky run as much as I did.
That was a good run. That was a really, really good run. That was very fun.
And I think a large part of it is the tracks, but also the crowd stepped up on that one. I found, they really put it together for that run specifically, where they really were a big part of the show. Where sometimes like not everybody's playing the bit.
100%. 100%. Yeah, the audience can really, really make or break a run. I've seen some where like there's no audience participation and it doesn't matter how funny the runner is or even the actual run itself, the game. If you get the audience joining in with everything, it elevates it like crazy. And that happened a lot with the SSX.
Yeah, it makes things so much better when the crowd is just as important as the run itself is. You know, I think of like, oh God, what was shoot, I'm blanking. Okay, don't ignore me. I just had a complete brain fart there. But I mean, even like, obviously the runs at the end where you think of, how they're looking at the counters and when all the money's coming at the last second where they really get into those. Like that makes such a huge difference. But like when there are runs where the fans are like the biggest part of it, those ones really stand out the most because you don't get runs like that very often where the crowd becomes the focal point, because most of the time it's the run itself or it's the couch or it's the runners. Like they usually are the ones that hold it. I found with Tricky, like them constantly weeing in the background while he was doing all the jumps just really enhanced what was already there.
Yeah. And I think that might have been the first run where the Wii thing started, but they kept it up for like the rest of the actual GDQ schedule. Like, I love how the audience, there's almost every year there's like something like Orb, or this year it was Wii, like everything. Even in the final Expedition 33 run, like every time they jump just slightly off an edge, people in the audience were all yelling Wii and stuff. It's just so fun.
All right, well, that covers our 4, and I don't care about the odds this time because I'm calling an audible. My friend gets number 5 because I'm allowed to be biased.
It was a very good run. It was a very, very good run. Yeah,
tiebreaker goes to biases. Wait, I gotta edge it over. You need the thumb in there. There we go. Shout out Oscar424.
Yeah. Yeah, she did a great job. She also was hosting the end of it, too. She was the host during Expedition 33 and stuff with the final countdowns and everything. Yeah, she did a great job.
I mean, that checks out because I don't know if she still does the show anymore, but she had a show on GDQ's like regular rotation called Express Lanes. So she is a big part of their team.
Yeah.
I know she has another role in there, and I'm just blanking because it's been a hot minute, but like she has a much larger role there now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandma No, very, very, very funny. The randomness of what was happening, like the grandma's supposed to just do basic chores, but is also calling in like demonic fire circles for no reason. Like just insane dark comedy. It was so funny.
But yeah, like there was definitely quite a lot of really good runs this year. There was some stuff that I left off the list. Like I heard little good things, and I did check out some of it, but I skimmed through a bunch of it quickly because I hadn't watched a lot of them yet. But I heard a lot about the Hey You Pikachu run, which was very fun, apparently.
Yes, that was very fun.
Any run with Super Monkey Ball in it, I will always watch because just for the sheer technicality of it.
It's so crazy. That is like the most skilled looking runs I think I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy.
Same goes for anything that has to do with a ROM hack of Super Mario. Like, those are always great. So Super Dram World 3 was one this year. The Zelda One of Game Long apparently was a really fun run. I haven't gotten around to that yet.
I saw that one live, and I was actually it was just after work. I'd finished work just a bit early that day, and I was watching the run. I was trying to do something on my computer. Oh, I got my new graphics card. That was the run that was playing while I was installing my new graphics card that I had bought. And I was dying. I forgot how just bad that game is in general, but obviously the reactions that the audience and everybody was having, they were laughing just as hard as I was. So it was a really good run.
Yeah. The only other two that I noticed, the Kingdom Hearts 2 run was really fun to watch.
Yep.
Granted, they also had to leave for a moment because of the fire alarm being pulled or some shit.
Yeah. That happened all the way back in Awesome Games Done Quick this year too. It's crazy. It happens like on the last day. And the one in Awesome Games Done Quick, it wasn't even somebody like pulled the alarm. It was something like the alarm actually went off. There was a small, very, very small like smoke or something in the building, but it caused it. And it was obviously January in wherever they were in the middle of the night because it was the final night too. So it was like midnight and they all had to go outside in the freezing cold and they were gone for like 45 minutes.
Yeesh.
At least this time it was the summer. So it wouldn't have been as bad, but wow.
Yeah. And then the only other one, and I haven't watched it because I haven't played the game yet, was the Saros run, which apparently was really fun to watch as well. So
I saw clips of that one, but it was while I was working, so I had it muted. So I wasn't enjoying it as much because obviously the sound and the audience and everything truly makes
Yeah.
I had a couple other runs that I had loved as well. There was Sonic Schoolhouse, which was ridiculous. It's like a PC game from the 90s where you're learning math with Sonic the Hedgehog in a school.
Yeah, like there was also the Mega Man DOS game.
The Mega Man DOS game was on right after. Yeah, like they were so funny. There was an eating drywall game. I can't remember the name of it. It was on right before.
Drywall Eating Simulator.
Yeah, Drywall Eating Simulator, and the runner and the guy on the couch were both eating. It wasn't real drywall, obviously. It was like rice crackers that looked like drywall, but they were eating it, and then the drywall was sitting on a plate also on the couch, and it was named as an actual commentator on the couch. It was just drywall. It was really, really funny. And then the Tunic run, the Fox like Link to the Past looking indie game.
Oh yeah,
that run was very cool because the developer of the game was on the couch.
Oh, cool.
So it was actually very
I always
cool
love it when they get
him.
the devs in for that too.
Yeah, apparently.
Because you almost watch the soul leave their body as they're like, how did you break this so bad? We spent so much time making sure this couldn't be glitched.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a few of those moments. But he also had explained that when he was developing the game, I think it was either the composer of the music of the game or a guy that was doing other audio in the game was a speedrunner. And he was the one encouraging certain speedrunning kind of stuff be added to the game and introduced the developer to Games Done Quick. And he became a huge fan of it. So that's why...
As you do the second you start paying attention to them.
Oh, 100%. I remember my very first Games Done Quick, like 12 years ago. It was so good. But yeah,
was that when they were still doing it in a basement or at some guy's house, or did you catch it when they started going to hotels?
It was at the hotels. It was 2014 was the first one I'd ever seen, which I believe they were in a hotel, though it was not like what it is today. It was not,
obviously
not even close. It was a much smaller, but yeah. But yeah, those were the kind of some of the runs that I noticed. There's others too, like the Diddy's Conquest, Donkey Kong Country 2, the opener.
We're
really
like
good.
7 days worth of stuff. So like,
yeah. I loved some of the interviews they did. I liked some of the games that like Kung Fu Fruit Cup and Spike Vegeta and stuff did. Like they were really cool, like little games and stuff you do in the middle, little interviews and all that. It was really cool. So it was a really good SJDQ, I would say, this year. It was a really good one.
There's always a good amount of runs. And now that we have like this kind of top 5 setup that we do, at least now it makes it possible that we can do this every single time they do them now.
Oh, yeah.
Because we love to shout them out because they're fucking fantastic. And I mean,
so
they
good.
do great work. Because I mean, this year obviously was Doctors Without Borders is the big cherry. They raised $2.4 million for. Next time when we come back in January with this, it'll be for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So like, it's good shit, man. And it's just a lot of the stuff that we love getting completely broken, so it's great.
Yeah. I love it so much that I was on an airplane coming back from vacation, and I had packed my iPad specifically so that I could use the plane Wi-Fi to catch the opening of SGDQ. I mean,
we're waiting for the day where we finally pull the trigger and go to one ourselves, so.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen.
Supposed to be last year, but, stuff happened around that same time.
Yeah, some stuff.
Some stuff in America happened.
Just some.
Still mad that I didn't get to see, again, Asuka, who's on the screen right now. She got proposed to live on GDQ last year. So we would have been there for that had it not been for stuff. I'm still mad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. We're going to go to one.
At least this time she announced that she was having a baby this year, but we actually knew ahead of time. So I'm like, okay, I didn't miss 2 announcements. Although I don't think we would have been going to Minnesota 2 years in a row, but who knows? Maybe we both would have been like, that was so much fun, we're doing it again.
Could be the travel capital of the world. We never know.
Who knows? But yeah, just with that alone, those 5, that's plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, I strongly recommend to because they do everything on demand. So you can go onto their YouTube channel now and every single run they did that week is up now. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like these runs are available after they've gone live. They're all uploaded to YouTube and you can watch each run. They're labeled by game. I've rewatched some of them. I didn't finish the finale. I fell asleep because it was just so late and I get up really early now every day. So I actually went back and watched the Expedition 33 run like afterwards on demand. It's so good that they're all there. There's so many more runs. I'm just going to go back and rewatch or catch some of the ones that played at 4 a.m. because I wasn't awake, but now I can go back and see them, right? So highly suggest everybody go check out these 5 runs and honestly, check out as many as you possibly can, especially games that you know of and interest you.
And I mean, if you're ever interested in seeing them live, they do other ones throughout the year that aren't, I mean, they have their own Twitch channel where they do like weekly stuff anyway, but they have 2 more bigger ones before the year's done, but they're not to the same degree as what Summer and Awesome are. They do have one at Gamescom in the end of August, and they also do have their Flame Fatales, which is a women-specific one. And that one is in September 13th to 20th, and that's for the Malala Fund. So there are still 2 more big ones left to go. So if you do want to see them live, just keep an eye out on their Twitch channel for that or on YouTube. But those will be up when they're up. But otherwise, if you want to check out all the ones from either, this Summer Games Week, or they have all the ones from all the past ones too. So there's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you're a big JRPG fan alone, you've got a lot of comfort stuff. You want to go watch a 7-hour run of Chrono Trigger? That's fantastic. Go for it.
Oh, that's a great one. That was the finale.
Yep.
For Awesome Games Done Quick this year, or was that Summer Games last year?
It was definitely a couple years ago, I want to say.
Yeah, I get them all mixed up.
I think it was 24.
Oh, maybe that was 2024. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They all blend together. I've got all these runs sitting in my head, and I play them in my head sometimes. Why not?
I mean, the Final Fantasy IV randomizer I became aware of because of GDQ, and I'm pretty sure that was like at least before COVID. So
yes, yep.
So everything bleeds together. But anyways, we spent way too much time nostalgizing ourselves on GDQ, and it's almost becoming half an hour now. So let's get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it, guys. So thank you so much for checking us out on this side quest. You guys know the drill here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. You got the link tree there in the description where you can get our link to our Discord, all that fine stuff. So always love shooting the shit with you guys there. And we will see you on the next one. So take care. Bye-bye for now.